Well, well, isn't this an interesting turn of events? We have officially the world's fastest production car, as well as being the fastest electric car ever around the Nürburgring, in, again, like a road car sense. Sub 7 minutes on the Nürb, 3,000 horsepower, nearly a 500km/h car, over 300 miles an hour, the Yangwang U9. I do find it curious, and there are a couple of pretty obvious reasons, that this car has no way near the fandom of the previous world record holders. Think of some of them: XJ220, Diablo GT, McLaren F1, Bugatti Veyron, even the SSC Ultimate Aero, one of my personal favourites. Those cars all have, some certainly more than others, a massive fan base. This one, well, I'm sure there are plenty of people who find it impressive or respect what it's done, but I don't really hear the same kind of fandom or chatter around the car. It is, regardless of your opinion on either Chinese cars or electric vehicles, a very impressive bit of kit, that's for sure. Personally, my only gripe with the car really is when it comes to style. You know, the name is a bit cumbersome. I do think that they could benefit from not just bunching a whole, load of letters and numbers together to make a name. Give it an actual memorable name, like Zonda, Koenigsegg, Bugatti. These are legendary, iconic names. Of course, there's more to it than that, but you know what I mean. And in terms of visual style, it's very basic, if you know what I mean. It kind of reminds me of like a Tesla or a Zero in the motorcycle world. It's just a blank design, like it's what you draw as a generic version of that kind of vehicle, and it doesn't quite have the flair that you would want from a supercar or a hypercar, at least in my opinion, and I'm sure it has plenty of fans. Like I said though, in terms of tech, very, very impressive, and it would appear that the car is actually coming to Gran Turismo. This could well be, it would be probably a safe assumption to make, one of the vehicles in Spec 3. Ultimately, we will have to wait and see, and another curious thing, of course, about this footage from the BYD group, who of course are over Yangwang, is actually the location, the circuit, where they're driving the car. It's the Shanghai F1 circuit, which, given that we know there are, about 3 circuits arriving in Spec 3, could well be one of them. It wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility to believe that it could be. We already know the other couple of them anyway, so yeah, it could be the case. I think for me, I'd certainly be more interested in the circuit than the car, but at the same time, having a vehicle which now, 12 years after Gran Turismo 6, is finally capable of actually hitting the speeds that our crazy cars had in that game, like the Alfa TZ3 and the Pagani Huayra and the GTR Nismos. This car is actually as quick as those were, albeit with about 3 times the horsepower, and it will be very interesting to see whether or not the circuit arrives with it, but even if it doesn't, the car itself will be, well, depending on how they implement it, easily one of the most OP cars in the game, as well as a ton of other stuff coming with Spec 3 overall. Of course, we'll have to stick around to see how all of it comes together, and whether or not something like this car or the circuit is indeed part of it. That's it for this quick bit of news. Of course, stick around for more Gran Turismo 7 content, and for now, thanks for watching.